The Bradley Braves are storming into Carbondale tonight, riding on a 6-game winning streak as Darius Hannah and company are red hot as they get set to take on one of the surprises in the Missouri Valley Conference, the Salukis of Southern Illinois. They're hot as well, winners of 6 of their last 7, thanks to Xavier Johnson. It's an in-state battle tonight in Carbondale. Welcome to Banterra Center, Carbondale, Illinois. It's the Valley on ESPN, our men's game of the week, where tonight the Salukis of Southern Illinois get set to take on the Bradley Braves. And a pleasant good evening, one and all. I'm Kevin Lehman, Scott Warman. Great to have you alongside. What a matchup, Kev, we have here tonight. 2 of the top teams in the Valley. And oh, by the way, big rivals, in-state rivalry here tonight.
Yeah, Bradley's coming in red hot. They've won 6 in a row. They're averaging almost 84 points a game. And the Salukis, they've won 6 of their last 7.
All right, when you think about the Bradley Braves, it's almost a pick-em. Who are we going to feature? We're going to feature Darius Hannah tonight, one of the top 4 scorers on the team.
I like the way this young man's developed. This is what Brian Ward does. He goes out and he finds long athletes, develops their offensive skills. When you look at Darius Hannah, he is shooting 64% from the field. He is a rim runner, a high flyer, plays above the rim, a traffic cop on the defense, and he is a rim protector for the Braves. He has really developed his offensive skills. I like what I see this young man. He's going to go against some big bodies against the Salukis tonight.
Meanwhile, for Southern, they're looking for secondary scoring outside of Xavier Johnson.
They got the X-Man as Batman. He's still looking for Robin. It could be Trent Brown. A little over 8 points a game, but he can heat it up from outside, 45% from the three-point line. He's had some huge games at Illinois State. He drops in 6 of 7 from distance. This is the first recruit that Brian Mullins brought in the program. A defender, he understands the system. Gives
Coach
him great
at Bradley,
leadership.
Brian Wardle. Hard to believe that Brian is in his 9th season in Peoria, now 5th all-times in wins, as he recently passed up Jim Les, 4th all-time in league wins at Bradley. And his counterpart, one of the greats here at Southern Illinois, Brian Mullins, in his 5th season. 107th meeting between these in-state rivals, and we are underway here in Carbondale.
Watch the matchup there. You got the X-Man on Duke Dean. Duke was red hot in that game at UIC.
Nice little pass off to Hannah, and just like that, Bradley scores the first 2 points of tonight's contest.
They love to drag you off on those ball screens and lob it over the top. It's a staple of this Bradley Braves high-flying offense.
Xavier Johnson, one of the top scorers in the entire country, from the corner. D'Amico hits the 3.
Cross court, they're using that sagging and help side defense of the Braves to throw it to that weak side corner. D'Amico loves it from that left corner.
See the starting 5 for the Braves, and Hannah on cue, as we featured him in the opening with Kevin, gets the first 4 points for the Braves.
His offensive skill package has grown by leaps and bounds in 4 years with the Braves.
Nico trying to find Xavier, cut to the glass.
Yeah, Leon's with the length on Xavier Johnson.
A.J. Ferguson right to the hole.
He can get to the paint.
Good job by Rupert. Hannah comes away with it. Bradley trying to catch Southern Illinois sleeping, getting back on defense. Hannah forces that one up.
He was afraid of the 5-second count, had to get it released, had nowhere to go. He was tied to the tracks. So watch this matchup here. Got the great length. Last year's Defensive Player of the Year, Xavier Johnson, the #2 scorer in the nation.
Leon's just a nasty defender. He not only blocks shots, but he also gets steals.
That time he got caught behind the screen. X's will make you pay if you go below the screen.
Hickman to Dean. Leon's up against A.J. Ferguson. And Leon's will head to the free throw line.
ISO play that the Braves like to use. Get Leon's in the shoot area, let him go one-on-one.
These two teams can just flat out defend. And we will see that even though off to a hot start here in the early 2 minutes of this one. You look at some of the numbers early on, impressive.
Well, Brian Wardle, though, says we're second in the league in scoring. Start talking about our offense. The last 4 games, 84 points a game from the Braves. I said, Coach, you came in as a defensive coach. That's how you started this program and your culture. He said, we've evolved. We're a great offensive team now. They've shown that in recent games.
Nico kicking it out. Ferguson on another drive. Challenge. And the foul in the bucket. AJ will go for a 3-point play.
Excellent job of playing the second and third side by Southern Illinois, and then the dribble drive right into the paint. They're going to move the defense, attack the rim, get the contact. Ferguson's had some big games for the Salukis. Some health issues earlier, coming to play today. Another good matchup. Keep an eye on Trent Brown on the red-hot Hickman.
Connor spots up for 3. Long rebound goes into the hands of the Dogs. And this is one of the part of the games, I should say, for Xavier Johnson. I think gets unnoticed. He pours in so many points. We just saw him hit a 3. Goes and drives to the bucket, but when he's driving to that bucket, he's creating opportunities for himself at the free throw line.
And he's also drawing other defenders when he gets in the paint, allows those kickouts. But your point, Scotty, he's shooting over 8 free throws a game. And he shoots them at a high clip, 90+%.
And 91% heading into tonight's game, which is 5th best in the country.
Big key for Drake in the win on Saturday was to keep him off the free throw line. Did not shoot a free throw in the first half.
Johnson on the drive. Brian Wardle calls a timeout. Terrific start for the home team as Brian Mullins. Salukis have the 7-point lead at 13-6. Wow.
Brian Mullins, we need to create offense with our defense. We need more transition baskets. Good start by Southern Illinois in this one. Quick hands on defense. And watch the crossover at the end. The step through, gets the left hand, kisses it off the window.
Southern starting out 5 for 5 from the field, including a pair of 3-pointers that they've made, plus they've hit their lone free throw. And for Southern Illinois, here's a team that was picked to be in the latter half, what was it, 10th, I believe, in the preseason poll in the Missouri Valley Conference. You lose a guy like Damask, you lose a guy like Lance Jones, 2 guys who are thriving with 2 of the top teams in the Big Ten, and yet Brian Mullins has put together an incredible ball club again this year.
Good look at Coach Mullins there. Has increased the win total every year that he's been here. And as your point, Scotty, Xavier Johnson averaged 7 a game last year. He is second in the nation at 23+ this year. Great development of his players by Brian Mullins.
Leon's backing up against D'Amico. Johnson collects the miss. Salukis on the run.
The Braves have been playing one-on-one ball. Southern has gone side to side and shifted the defense.
Johnson, nice crossover in the dish. Rupert.
Did that ball get blocked into the basket? Great dish off the penetration from Johnson.
Dean, nice roll inside, too strong, and the rebound goes to Xavier once again. Rupert on the drive, a little short. Johnson Outside, Brown for three.
Inside, outside, the big push offensively. Defense is scrambled. Trent Byron is over there pulling the three-point line. And Johnson finds him.
10-0 run for the Dogs. 3 consecutive possessions, turnovers by Bradley. Good rotation. Brown open from the corner.
Big sigh from the crowd. That would have brought down the house here. That Ben Harrison, if that would have gone.
Hickman with the fade, a little short. And Southern doing a great job on the defensive boards early on.
But Scotty, again, Bradley going one-on-one. They're not getting the ball moved from side to side.
Rupert, a little short on that 3 attempt.
He's knocked 4 on the year. He's trying to get number 5.
Now Hickman spots up for a triple.
Much better by the Braves.
Of the night for Bradley.
Penetration by Dean. Sucked the defense in. Found Hickman on the outside.
Hickman and Dean both finished with over 20 points in the victory against UIC on Saturday. It was the first time 2 Bradley players in the same game had over 20 points since 2018 in January against Valparaiso.
9 threes between the 2 of them in that game at UIC, Dean and Hickman.
They were red hot, man. Ferguson, nice job off the glass.
He is taking it right down Main Street against the link of Bradley and finishing at the rim. Well, you gotta like the energy Southern has come out with today. They have been the aggressor from the opening tip.
Not happy with the loss on Saturday against Drake. Great start here. Dean, fadeaway beauty.
The little guy knows how to create space, Duke Dean, to get his shot off.
Only 5'8", but plays a lot bigger than that, boy. He has been huge for the Braves.
Now Hickman is locked on to Johnson.
Ferguson again on the drive, and we'll get the foul call. And we'll have our first timeout of the evening. Southern red hot starting out here at home. They have the 9-point lead over the Braves.
When Doug and Andre came to TurboTax,
we navigated a turbulent housing market by
buying a boater home.
But we didn't know the first thing about filing taxes as first-time home buyers.
I knew how to make their move count. We file taxes for millions of new homeowners and guarantee 100% accuracy on land and sea.
Was that a shark?
yes.
Make your moves count. Intuit TurboTax, 100% accuracy guaranteed.
Businesses go further with 5G solutions. That's why they choose T-Mobile for Business. PGA of America and T-Mobile are partnering on 5G-powered analytics to help improve player performance. T-Mobile's network helps AAA stay connected nationwide to get their members back on the road. And Las Vegas Grand Prix chose T-Mobile to help fuel operations for one of the world's largest racing events. Now is the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Our men's game of the week from Carbondale Banterra Center, Kevin Lehman, Scott Warman, and our entire crew. Great to have you alongside. Great start for the Salukis as they have the 9-point lead. Have only missed 2 shots so far, but it's a team effort. Team effort when you think about the assisted field goals, even at 8 apiece. All right, Kev, why don't we get to your keys to the game? Brought to you by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Grinnell Mutual Insurance, trust in tomorrow.
Well, for Braves, X marks the spot. Xavier Johnson, he is public enemy number 1. You have to know where he's at all times. And length on the glass for the Braves. They're a +6 in Valley games on offensive rebounds. They score a lot of points, and we already talked about this in our open, Scotty. For the Salukis, the Batman, Xavier Johnson, needs to find a Robin. Early, it has been A.J. Ferguson getting to the rim and pressure at the three-point line. They are one of the best three-point defensive teams in the country, the Salukis. And they got a Braves team that can light it up from outside. They're averaging 9 threes a game at a high percentage, 38%. Who's going to win that battle today?
Speaking of AJ at the line right now, Southern Illinois red hot 72% from the field in the opening 7 minutes.
Ferguson is going to take a rest. He's got 9 points on the board for Southern. Great start.
Hensley comes in and almost getting the steal, and Southern thought it was last touched by Bradley. Our officiating crew is going to talk it over, and they're going to change the call. It's going to be Saluki basketball.
Trey Miller, the transfer from Incarnate Word, quick hands, got the steal and another possession for Southern Illinois.
Gary Maxwell, Steve Devine, and Chris Hudson are our officials for tonight's game. There's Miller there, creating that turnover. Brown for another three. And the rebound is taken by Birch, the freshman. Good-looking freshman from Milwaukee.
Birch, a high flyer. They'll give him the ball, let him go one-on-one and create.
Hickman leaning in with the left hand, a little strong. Ube with the rebound. Here comes Southern.
Southern trying to get some points here with Xavier Johnson and Ferguson on the bench.
Southern, as Kevin's pointed out, just going right to the teeth of this defense for Bradley. That switched up, almost looks like a matchup zone right now. And there's another triple, this time from D'Amico.
D'Amico likes that left side. You got to make him bounce it and put it on the floor. Great defense on the ball by Trey Miller.
And making Hickman work for it. Hannah from the corner. And again, no red jerseys underneath the basket for a second chance points opportunity.
Well, Southern Illinois came out of the gate so fast. Bradley is stunned. They got to get back on defense and try to get that transition game stopped.
And Brian Wardle going with a 2-3 zone right now. Miller gets into the paint.
Bonus points. Not known as a big scorer, Trey Miller.
Birch with the nice cut to the glass.
Hartke with the baseline cut. Hartke is a walk-on. When Hickman went down with an ankle injury against Indiana State, he got some time and played well. He's earned some minutes from Brian Wardle.
We were talking about this during the telecast on Saturday with Bradley. As you can tell that Brian Wardle really wants to extend his bench and give his regulars a few more minutes to blow, because as we know, the Valley season is so long. In fact, Brian and I just talked about it before tonight's game. And he pointed out the fact Indiana State with a big win last night against Missouri State, but some of the regulars playing a whole lot of minutes.
Bradley's bench has been outstanding this 6-game run. They've averaged about 25 a game. One of the changes Brian Wardle made was he moved Christian Davis to the bench and put the freshman Atlason in the lineup. It's worked out well, as Davis can come in for a number of positions, and it helped Atlason settle down also.
Ube lost the handle, but a foul is called. And we'll take a break. Just past the midway point of our Valley Game of the Week from Carbondale. It's the Salukis and the Braves.
I wouldn't trade this for anything.
Trades, they work out sometimes. There's so many places to see, like Los Angeles, Houston, OKC, Phoenix, and the Bay.
We love our new house. We just have questions.
Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent can help you through all the unexpected moments.
I wish Bora Bora had a team.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's more than an attraction. It's a destination.
Spend a day doing it all.
Can we go for a ride? That's amazing! So where's this?
It's all here at St. Louis Union Station.
Plan your visit at stlouisunionstation.com.
What's the best part of turning 100? You. Our neighbors we've had the opportunity to help throughout the years. It's been our privilege to get to know you, to understand what's important to you, whether it's simplifying your banking, financing your dream, or saving for your future. We'll continue to be here, finding new ways to provide personalized support for every customer and every community, now and every day forward. Great Southern Bank, celebrating 100 years of support. Learn more at greatsouthernbank.com.
They're driving it in there, man.
And we take a look at tonight's Bird Watch. It is presented by Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Kip?
Malik Dia, let's start there on the right side. Dia with a huge game when they gave Drake their only loss. He's averaging 17 a game. This guy is a unicorn. Can shoot threes, can put it on the floor. He's 6'9", 240 pounds. And we know all about Xavier Johnson, second in the nation in scoring, top 20 in the nation in assists. Connor Hickman, since he's come back from that ankle injury, he has been on fire from the three-point line. He came back and had 6 of 9 against Valpo from distance and fouled that up with 6 of 11 against Missouri State. Hickman, they need him to get going today, but that is the Larry Bird Watch.
And Great Southern Bank of the Valley are proud to recognize the league's Player of the Year with the Larry Bird Trophy. 9:36 remaining, opening half. Mike Reese Appreciation Night here at Banterra Center, the longtime voice of the Salukis, over 40 years as the voice of the team, will be honored at half. And he will join us, actually, part of our second half coverage of tonight's game. Mike, one of the giants, not only here in Southern Illinois and at SIU, but one of the giants in the Missouri Valley Conference. And we miss him, but he's still around, and one of the great people that we've met, out of the millions that we've met in the Valley in our careers.
He's sorely missed, that great voice. Southern Illinois controlling the tempo of this game. They're running on opportunities with turnovers, and then they're making Bradley pay side-to-side defense in the half court.
Johnson just misses the three-point attempt.
Brian Mullins got some good mileage from his bench.
Dean going coast to coast.
The flow to that was sweet by Dean. Going full speed, still able to, the body control, got his shoulders squared to the rim and finished it.
Ferguson hits a three. Southern already with 5 triples made in the opening half.
We keep asking, who's going to be the Robin to Batman? It may be A.J. Ferguson, but Duke Dean's got an answer. for the Braves.
Dean coming off that 26-point performance last weekend in the Windy City.
Boy, 6 triples in that game by Duke Dean, and now you're seeing the zone from the Braves. They like that 1-2-2. Hensley in the middle going to work.
Slides out. Leons collects the miss. Here come the Braves. Dean. A little short on that attempt, but they get the offensive rebound there. First of the night.
They got the matchup with Bube on Dean, and Dean couldn't resist going one-on-one against the big man.
Nice cut to the glass. Oh, can't complete it.
Great slip by Davis, but came up short on the finish. Now Braves back to man.
Johnson. They are not shy about going to the rim here tonight.
Oh, he had Duke Dean left some laundry on the court on that move.
Davis is 3. Rims out.
Bradley shooting quick, trying to get up court.
And the bucket and a foul. And another timeout on the floor. Southern Illinois red hot in the opening 13 minutes as they have a 16-point lead over their in-state rivals.
I met with the TurboTax expert because I had 2 full-time jobs, lawyering and Liaming.
Count on me, Mia. I'll file your taxes for you with 100% accuracy guaranteed.
I'm too tired to smile.
Intuit TurboTax.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Wow, so I'm eligible for 5G home internet for just $20 with no exploding bills? What's the catch?
No catch. At Metro, there's nada yada yada.
Wow, 5G home internet from Metro for $20?
Yes, with no exploding bills. There's nada yada yada. We got 5G home internet.
No way, so I can game all day?
Yeah. Nice try.
Lock in 5G home internet from Metro for as low as $20 a month. Nada yada yada meets home internet without the gotcha. Only at Metro.
The sausage burrito. It's your McDonald's breakfast wrapped in a cozy tortilla blanket. Ah, to be wrapped in a cozy tortilla blanket. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Back at Banterra Center, and while we take a look at the NBC conference standings, a production of the Holiday Inn and Conference Center, the preferred hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference in Southern Illinois.
Look at that log jam at 4-2, Scotty. You've got 4 teams in there. We've got 2 playing right here to see who can stay within reach of Drake and Indiana State. Murray State's going to host UNI later tonight on the 8 o'clock start.
And we talk about Indiana State, a little bit of a surprise at how well they have done in just year 3 from Josh Schertz. Everybody thought a step back for Brian Mullins, losing, as we mentioned, 2 of the top players going to the Big Ten in the transfer portal. But how about what Coach Chrome has done at Murray State? Kind of an unknown there. Did bring back a lot more guys in year 2 in his return to Murray State. I think they've been a pleasant surprise early on.
I love their backcourt. They have great speed in the backcourt. The racers, if you turn over, it's 2 points at the other way. Brian Moore Jr., one of the fastest guards in the league.
Hickman, nice pass to Hannah, and Darius will head to the free throw line.
That timeout from Brian Ward. More movement by the Braves, side to side. Lot of player movement, ball movement. The handoff up top. Hickman trying to get the pocket pass to Hannah inside. And Hannah got that quick start with an early 4. Now it's the OB under. Southern really does a good job of staying attached on the perimeter.
Dean from the corner as the shot clock was winding down. Rupert with a nice rebound.
Excellent defensive stand. If you come into the Banterra Center, you have to be able to put your gloves on. It is going to be physical. They belly up defensively. They keep their hands off Southern Illinois. That's why they lead the league in least points allowed.
Good quick hands and the turnover. Hannah doing it on the defensive end.
Rupert, quick feet on the perimeter on Davis. Nowhere to go.
Hickman short on the 3.
Bradley, very little rhythm in their offense. Credit Southern Illinois. The Egyptian Dogs are locked in at the defensive end. Now Davis on Johnson.
Xavier with time winding down. D'Amico's got to force it up. Little strong, and there's Dean right there. Pushing it up for the Braves. Down by 17, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Darius Hannah.
Tough break on Hannah. He's trying to run up court and actually stay out of the way. Puts his hands above his head. Creates the contact, though. Hannah's trying to get out of the, look, he's trying to get out of the way, but he does set an illegal moving screen. Tough break for the big man, for the Braves, Darius Hannah.
The amazing thing about, or one of the many of Xavier Johnson, is not only a guy who, as we know, can score a lot, he's also a great passer. He's one of the top assist guys in the league. And there's one right there.
He draws so much attention, and he has great vision and awareness.
Foul's going to be on Rupert.
And Maxwell waving that one off.
That's just the third team foul, third team foul on Southern. Trey Miller checks back in for the Dogs, and Leons will come back in for the Braves. Southern right now on an 8-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes.
They've really spread the scoring around Southern Illinois.
And Leons with the turnover. That is the 5th turnover for Bradley in this opening half of play.
D'Amico's got a couple of threes he's knocked in. Brown has knocked in 2 triples. And Ferguson has been outstanding. He's 4 of 4 from the field. He's got 12 points.
Brown thought about the 3. Now time winding down. Johnson down to 2, down to 1, and they do not get the shot off. It's a shot clock violation.
Bradley connected at the defensive end on that possession.
There were a couple of times there where you saw 2 red jerseys on Johnson. I'm looking for the open man, as was Xavier.
Now, public enemy number 1 is number 10 with the white jersey. Oh, good job by Hickman. Create the contact.
They're going to say the foul is before the shot. They're not going to give him the continuation. And that's one of the things I think a lot of regular Valley fans, when they think of Hickman, you're always thinking the outside shot, the three-point shot. But he's really involved in the dribble drive as well, Kev.
His entire game has evolved. And Brian Wilson, there's a couple guys in the Valley that your team just can't lose. He said it's for us, it's Connor Hickman. We've got to have him on the court. He is the rock, the port in the storm for the Braves. They're going to play the zone again. Lands up top, great length. There's the soft spot, though, right at the free throw line.
Open look. Johnson hits the three.
Hanna late on the recognition, tardy on the recovery. Johnson
with the second three make.
He burns the zone. It is tough to play zone against Southern. For multiple trips, they get a comfort area, and you got to keep your eye on Johnson.
Hickman finds the lane, a little strong, and there's Rupert with the rebound. Johnson wants to push it. Oh, nice move by Xavier. He thought about the dribble drive, thought Leon's going for it, and opened himself up for a three, just couldn't drop. Birch, the freshman, with the fade off the glass.
Bradley trying to drive it to the nail, get their feet in the paint. They've got to make some stops here at the defensive end, the Braves.
And Brian Mullins is going to burn his first half timeout with 2:27 remaining in our opening half. Xavier Johnson and the Salukis red hot to start this game as the Dogs have the lead, 41-22.
The thing I miss most about being away from St. Louis is the food. I'm a creature of habit. I've had a lot of people come and visit. I always take them to the place I grew up eating. We have the best food this country has to offer.
For nearly 3 decades, there have been celebrations, excitement, moments, and memories. 30 years of Arch Madness at Enterprise Center. And it begins here in downtown St. Louis. The 2024 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship, presented by Valley Sports Midwest and Great Southern Bank, tips off March 7th through 10th. Celebrate 30 years of Arch Madness at Enterprise Center. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Indiana State University Sycamores conquer through questioning. They fly in to save the day. They master the medium. They wow the crowd. They fight for others. And more of them choose to stay right here in Indiana, living, working, thriving, and contributing to what makes this place great. It's what makes us Indiana's State University, and why we say real risk takers, real opportunity makers, and real game changers wear blue.
I just love being back home. I just feel like there's nothing like it. We have great people from St. Louis. Midwest nice is a real thing. You walk past a stranger, hey, how you doing? Those things go a long way, and I think that's really genuine.
Folks, stay tuned for our halftime report, a presentation of State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And coming up on our halftime report, we'll bring you some of the highlights of this opening half. We'll bring you stats, and we'll have a feature on Darius Hanna. That's all coming up on our State Farm halftime report from Banterra Center in Carbondale. Kevin Lehman, Scott Warman, our entire crew. Great to have you alongside. And the Valley on ESPN and Southern Illinois red hot, folks. 62% from the field as they have the 19-point lead against the hottest team in the Valley here tonight. Crazy.
Southern Illinois, they've been sharing the sugar too, Scott. Those 15 field goals, 13 assists, led by Xavier Johnson. He's got 6 assists to go along with 10 points. They've had trouble containing the X-Man.
And for Bradley, who is such a talented team, to see their offense for the better part of this opening almost 18 minutes right now, they're just out of sorts. They just can't get into any rhythm at all, Kev.
I would credit Southern Illinois' defense with that. Very physical on the perimeter. Difficult for Bradley to turn the corner. They like to drive it into the paint. They like to throw the lob up to their bigs. Have not been able to do that here in this early going.
That is turnover number 4 for Southern in this opening half.
Watch the ball pressure now by Southern Illinois. They climb right into your shorts.
Leon's on Rupert. Now cutting to the hole is Dean. Dean trying to get it back inside.
There's that drive in the nail.
And Marr will head to the free throw line, the freshman from Iceland.
Like that possession for Bradley, side to side, kept driving it into the heart of the defense, and finally Addison is able to draw the contact and the foul. It's an important minute 46 here for Bradley. You've got to make a stop. They need momentum going into the locker room.
We remember when that man first took over the helm in Peoria. Remember, he's basically put a whole new roster together. But one of the things I think if you and I remember is there were a lot of European on that team, and that continues. He really goes overseas as the young man from Iceland, a part of his roster this year.
They've had great success with that. Bile Tavananen. We see Malve Leons, who was Defensive Player of the Year. And Brian Worrell told me when he took the job late, there were no players in the continental U.S. That's why he went overseas to grab guys and has grown from there.
Brown spots up for the 3, and Southern will get it back. Last touch by Duke Dean. And that 15 players so far in the 9 years under Brian Wardle, 15 different countries that have been a part of his roster.
Yeah, big number 4 there right at the basket. Jonovic, 7'1". Ahmet Jonovic out of Serbia, emerging big man.
Johnson lets it fly over the big man, and we have contact underneath, and Bradley is going to pick up the foul. And that'll put Southern in the bonus situation with a $1:17 left here in the opening half of play.
Well, Scotty Irube has struggled from the free throw line. It's an adventure when he steps up there.
Easiest pie, my man.
Crowd likes that one.
Normally, when we say these types of things and we're praising them,
that was the reverse.
Got the flip going.
That was the reverse announcer's cheek for Scotty Irube, and then the Banterra Bank is open after hours off the window.
Oh, Ube with the steal. And stripped away by the Braves.
That's why the big men don't lead the break. Good steal, but then it gave it right back. Again, Land's trying to go one-on-one in what I call the funnel area.
And that will go out of bounds back the other way to Southern Illinois.
A good rebound by the big man, Jonovic, but he couldn't convert it. Now you got 11-second differential. Shot clock, game clock. Hickman on Johnson. Look for the ball screen by Irube.
Johnson clears it out, and the drive.
Oh, nice. Nice. We were all expecting the ball screen. It never came. Open the lane, straight line drive by Johnson.
Ties the largest lead of the half at 21 for Southern. Dean with time running down. Davis, no. Rebound Salukis, and what a first half for Southern Illinois as they will head into the locker room with a 21-point lead over the Bradley Braves.
They sizzled it from outside, 60% for Southern Illinois. Got off to a fast start, and they continued that pace throughout the first half. Bradley back on their heels. They got to regroup.
State Farm halftime report from the Banterra Center in Carbondale. When we come back, it's the Valley on ESPN.
When Doug and Andre came to TurboTax,
we navigated a turbulent housing market by
buying a motorhome.
But we didn't know the first thing about filing taxes as first-time home buyers.
I knew how to make their move count. We file taxes for millions of new homeowners and guarantee 100% accuracy on land and sea.
Was that a shark?
Yes.
Make your moves count. Intuit TurboTax, 100% accuracy guaranteed.
Wow, so I'm eligible for 5G home internet for just $20 with no exploding bills? What's the catch?
No catch. At Metro, there's nada yada yada.
Wow, 5G home internet from Metro for $20?
Yes, with no exploding bills. There's nada yada yada. We got 5G home internet.
No way. So I can game all day?
Yeah.
Nice try.
Lock in 5G home internet from Metro for as low as $20 a month. Nada yada yada meets home internet without the gotcha. Only at Metro.
Our generation has a choice. Turn away from the world's problems or chase them down. We refuse to sit back and watch them pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. Rise to every challenge and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
There are many ways to dress your McDonald's hot, crispy fries. But which is best? Is it with ketchup? Sweet and sour? Dare I say, au natural? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you. Not Paul. You don't want to ride with Paul. Get a rate based on you with DriveWise and the Allstate app.
This is not just 30-minute test results for flu and COVID-19.
I'm so glad you're here.
This is knowing for sure. So you know what's next. Walgreens.
ESPN is brought to you by Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Welcome back to Carbondale and our halftime report, a presentation to State Farm, a proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Have questions about your insurance? State Farm is there for you for your what-ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com to get a quote right now. And right now, it's time for tonight's player profile. It's made possible by Arch Madness 2024 as NBC correspondent Dave Snell takes a look at Braves senior forward Darius Hannah.
Bradley senior forward Darius Hannah's journey from Milwaukee, Wisconsin's Academy of Science High School to a champion on the first Braves Missouri Valley Conference regular season title in 27 years. The 6'9" advertising and marketing major is putting together his best season ever for Brian Wardle's team, featuring a well over 60% from the field, leading the team in block shots, and oh yes, incredible dunks. And his journey?
It was a process, you know, and I had to trust it. I had to trust myself, and I had to trust my coaches on part of the journey and my teammates as well. Started off building relationships and then believing in myself. Started off small on how to work each year and how to improve. You know, just, even if it's little things, little minor things, I have to learn every year.
I can say so many great things about Darius, and I want to say, yes, he's progressed greatly on the court, but I'm so proud of him and how he's progressed off the court as a human being. You know, being on time for class, taking care of all his business, and just how he's grown as a person has been tremendous for me to see, and it's also an example for me to follow off the court. So I'm very proud of his play on the court, yes, but I'm proud of the human he's become off the court as well.
He's been a great success story for us, and it's really, you know, we've had a lot of examples like him that have stayed the course now in our program for 4 years, and you see their growth and development, and that's You know, you see it on the court, but we see it off the court. I think that's what we love as coaches the most, is seeing them mature and grow into men and change from freshman to sophomore year to junior and senior year, and for the better, too.
I mean, if he put on 40 more pounds and get a 3-ball, he might be the best player I ever played with in my life. So he's my roommate. You know, I love him. I always try to get him in here, get him in the gym so he can get better, so I can start finding him. I mean, we all know his jumping ability is through the roof and something that we've never seen before, but his development as a player and just everything he does right now, he has a great feel for the game. He can actually dribble a little bit. Don't tell him that I told you that, but he can actually dribble a little bit, so I love him.
For the Valley on ESPN, this is Dave Snell.
Businesses go further with 5G solutions. That's why they choose T-Mobile for Business. PGA of America and T-Mobile are partnering on 5G-powered analytics to help improve player performance. T-Mobile's network helps AAA stay connected nationwide to get their members back on the road. And Las Vegas Grand Prix chose T-Mobile to help fuel operations for one of the world's largest racing events. Now is the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
How many times have I felt this good? Let me count for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many times have I felt this good?
The Home Depot, committed to filling the trades gap.
Another round.
I'm good.
Let's do a song.
From the day I born, I learned so much struggle.
Don't let that stop you.
You like that one?
Bob Marley, One Love.
At Morgan Stanley, old school hard work meets bold new thinking. Partnering to unlock new ideas, to create new legacies, to transform a company, industry, economy, generation. Because grit and vision, working in lockstep, puts you on the path to your full potential. Old school grit, new world ideas. Morgan Stanley.
Not everyone's training for a gold medal. Not everyone wants to go hard or go home. Whatever you're starting, run your own race.
Let's go!
Because doing something is everything.
Rent the Peloton bike or Bike Plus today at onepeloton.com. Terms apply.
As we continue with our State Farm halftime report, Salukis with the big lead at the break, and in the background you see longtime voice of Southern Illinois, it's Mike Reese, 40-plus years as the broadcaster of Saluki Athletics, and he is retired. We will hear from him coming up in the second half. It is Mike Reese night, and boy, the Salukis putting on a show for Mike and company here in Carbondale in the first half.
But you can talk about how good their offense was, 59% from the field. And I thought D'Amico's threes early and Trent Brown's threes early really got them off to a great start. But the defense, is what got their offense going, Scott.
All right, why don't we take a look at the first half highlights here from Carbondale between Southern Illinois and Bradley. And Bradley actually got it started rolling. Of course, our recap of the first half is brought to you by Explore St. Louis.
And Hannah got to the backboard early, scored 4 quick ones, and then Dean gets the floater through the lane. Nice soft touch by Duke Dean. Birch gets into the paint, banks one off the window. Those are the highlights for Brad. They've really struggled, but at the other end, it's Trent Brown spreading the defense out. And then Ferguson was really good early. There's the lob up to the big man. Scotty Abube gets one, and then Ferguson in the corner. Another assist by Xavier. Now Xavier Johnson, he's going to knock in a 3 of his own. Again, we talked about the assists. 13 assists on 16 made field goals by Southern Illinois.
Valley's making its way to St. Louis for Arch Madness 2024 on March 7th through the 10th. Start planning your visit now at ExploreSt.Louis.com. All right, let's take a look at first half stats. A production of St. Louis Union Station, the home of attractions like the St. Louis Aquarium and the St. Louis Wheel. You can do it all at St. Louis Union Station. See where it takes you by visiting STLouisUnionStation.com now.
59%. They were sizzling the nets, Southern Illinois, and their defense was just as good, holding Bradley to 33. Got hot from outside. A lot of that was off the penetration from Xavier Johnson. 7 triples. And the rebounds, Southern Illinois. This is a great rebounding team in Bradley. They've held them to 1 and done throughout most of that first half. We already talked about the assist, really sharing the sugar. And low turnovers by both teams. But Southern has got points in the paint, along with those 7 threes. Makes you very hard to guard.
Absolutely. All right, more of our State Farm halftime report from Banterra Center in Carbondale. All Salukis after 20 minutes. We'll get you set for the second half when we come back.
T-Mobile built a 5G network so powerful it goes beyond the expected. And now T-Mobile 5G internet for homes and businesses is here. Also here, 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 even here. Whatever shape your home or business is, T-Mobile is bringing high-speed internet to towns across America. Only 15 minutes to set up and just $50 a month with no exploding bills or annual contracts.
How many times have I felt this good? Let me count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many times have I felt this good?
I wait tables. But last week, I built a field hospital.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
My dog, Georgette, was diagnosed with cancer. After her treatment, we would pass Chick-fil-A. I started seeing Mr. Bryan often. She would get her little treat of whipped cream.
We recognize each other, Georgette and I do. That particular day, Elaine pulls up. She said, Georgette is cancer-free.
I came around the corner with Georgette in my car, saw all the employees out there just like clapping and cheering. I started getting really emotional because I was just like, that's so nice.
We love all our customers that come through. This one just happens to have 4 legs. Congratulations, Georgette.
They call me the hot chocolate guru. Okay, nobody calls me that, but oh no, I've got this.
I'm a parking gate and I'm all out of whack. And if you have cut rate car insurance, this could leave you all bent out of shape. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem.
From the day I born, I know so much struggle.
Don't let that stop you.
You like that one?
Bob Marley, One Love.
We want it all. We want beards and lattes.
Great.
We want to be invited.
Great.
And not attend.
Great.
We want to take the shortcut. You lost? And not be in danger.
Reverse.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Originals. The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Trust in tomorrow. Back at Banterra Center, Valley on ESPN, our men's game of the week. Kevin Lehman, Scott Warman with you. Salukis with a huge first half, and they have the huge lead as they've tied their largest lead of the night at 21 as we get set for the second half. All right, Kevin Lehman, you're Brian Wardle. How do you try to get things going after you were so good on Saturday up in Chicago? It's almost like they've flipped the script, so to speak.
They got to get more side to side at the offensive end, put more pressure on Southern's defense. And they've got to create some offense with their defense. That's hard to do with Xavier Johnson because the ball is in his hand 80% of the time, and he does not turn it over. It's a big hole to climb out of for the Braves.
Duke Dean with 7 points. Darius Hannah with 6 points. Those are the leading scorers for Bradley. Meanwhile, for Southern Illinois, an even dozen cousin for Xavier Johnson and A.J. Ferguson. I think you mentioned the defense, obviously very impressive by Southern Illinois. We talk about the length and the defense for Bradley, and boy, right from the get-go, the Dogs were just attacking that defense and going right to the rim, Kev.
Great point. They were very aggressive, and their active hands, physical defense created some turnovers, let them get out in the open court. It put Bradley back on their heels, and they just never recovered in the first half. We'll see if they can come out in the second half and generate some offense with the Braves defense.
Southern with the opening possession of the second half.
Started the second half with Hickman on Xavier Johnson. The game was started with Leons on him.
And last touch by Bradley. Southern basketball. That's one of the things, you know this as a former coach. Coaches look at those 50-50 balls. Who's going after them, who's not.
Floor burn you. That is what Southern Illinois is known for. They're going to win that 50-50 ball battle. There's an extra possession, 2 points.
Largest lead now for the Dogs to open up the second half at 23. Leon's inside, too strong. Gets his own rebound, and they're going to say jump ball call. Bradley has the possession.
Well, again, that ISO move for Leon's at the elbow with the catch, fakes the handoff, tries to get to the rim. Great defense by Ferguson. I've been impressed by A.J. Ferguson. Came out strong, and he's done outstanding job defending Valparaiso Leons.
Oh, Hannah. Nice little pick and roll, and he'll go for 3.
We talked about the improvement of that young man, Darius Hannah. Soft hands, can get to the rim, and this is the ball screen, the quick slip. Look at the quickness, the catch, finish on contact is Trent Brown gets there too late and too small.
And a lane violation, so Darius will get another opportunity.
Darius Hannah has a younger brother, Davian, Nicollet High School in Wisconsin. Davian is ranked one of the top 50 players in the country, a 4-star recruit. Some good bloodlines in that family.
Mom and Pop. Both playing Division I.
Side-to-side ball movement.
Brown on the baseline. Ferguson lost the handle off his shoe. 3-on-1. Leons will head back to the line.
That's what the Braves need. Some turnovers, get a chance to play downhill, attack the rim. And this starts with great defense, active hands by the Braves. It's off his foot. Hickman picks it up. Leons tries to knife through the defense, and now at the free throw line.
And getting points while the clock is not moving when you're down big is huge.
And allows you to set your press. I'm not sure if Bradley would start pressing this early. A lot of times they like to show a three-quarter court pressure after made free throws. There it is with the big man Leons at the top with that great 7'2" wingspan. Back to a man. Once again, Johnson gets his feet in the paint.
Brown against Hannah. Now the shot clock at 5. Xavier with the step back. Oh, beautiful.
Wicked. Wicked. Created space. Finished.
And last touch by Rupert. Bradley basketball.
Again, Hannah on that quick screen and rim dive.
Braves offense concentrating on high percentage shots early on, down by over 20. And a race for it. And Johnson comes up with the loose change. Good hustle. Now he gets it inside. Rupert on Leons. Excuse me, Ferguson, that is.
Xavier Johnson may spend more time on the floor and pick up more floor burns than any player in the Valley.
Rupert. And the foul.
Well, we saw the screen and roll action by the Braves. There's the same thing by Southern Illinois. Rupert, middle ball screen. The rim dive. He has got soft hands. Big man out of St. Peter's led him on that Elite 8 charge 2 years ago. Clarence Rupert. He's a Philly guy, but he's a Steelers fan. Figure that one out.
I can't. And if you're in Philadelphia, good luck with that. Couple of double-doubles this year for Clarence.
He loves it down there in Southern Illinois. Bradley's got to get some ball movement and some player movement.
Atlas, a nice little spin move. Can't complete it. There's another 50-50 ball that goes right into the hands of Southern.
Now Kyle Thomas in the game for the Braves. You saw him against UIC at double-figure minutes against the Flames.
Yeah, just his 6th game played this season. Now tonight, number 7. Johnson on Hickman.
Johnson could just float in the air. How about that last one? He was up in the air forever before delivering that pass to D'Amico.
Thomas gets the rebound. Atlason will head of the line.
If you're Bradley, I believe that's how you got to attack. You got to reverse the ball. It's shot fake and then drive it to the paint. Get some contact and get to the free throw line.
And you know this, as that proceeds, the kickouts are going to leave Hickman and Dean with some wide open looks outside.
They've struggled
to convert some of these free throws.
Yeah, they have struggled though. Dean and Hickman, as good as they've been through that 6-win run for Bradley, they have been locked down. Hickman got the 1-3 off Duke's Dean's penetration early in the half. Dean shook loose for a couple.
Christian Davis will check in.
Yeah, between the two of them, they've only knocked in 2 triples. They had 10 against UIC between those 2 guards. Southern doing a really good job of taking away their looks.
Now Hickman ending up Johnson.
I didn't like the Leons matchup early. as they start the game with lands on Xavier Johnson.
He picks up the rebound. Hickman cut off at the baseline.
Great recovery by Xavier Johnson.
Wow, Thomas got off the shot. It slides out. Brown rims out. And Bradley basketball. Timeout on the floor. Just underway, second half. It's the Valley on ESPN. Salukis and Braves.
When change and uncertainty define the times, it's good to anchor to your roots, to honor and nurture them, to remember how it all started, and let that help build the future. Because we know a strong future is built on a solid past, and that past promises mean future follow-through. You can trust us to protect what you grow, build, own, and value. Trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual.
We are beacons.
It begins here as the Missouri Valley Conference celebrates 30 years of Arch Madness at Enterprise Center in downtown St. Louis. Stay with your team at its assigned hotel and experience Arch Madness as 12 Valley schools look to capture the league's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Conveniently located near attractions like the Gateway Arch, the City Museum, and Ballpark Village, site of the MVC Fan Hangout, team properties plus the tournament headquarters at Union Station, and other Arch Madness hotels offer Valley rates to fans wishing to follow their schools all the way to the MVC Championship crown. Book rooms at these properties for Arch Madness or for your next trip to St. Louis by calling 1-800-916-0041 or visit ExploreSt.Louis.com.
MVC Men's Basketball Tournament returns to St. Louis for the 34th straight year. Be a part of league history as the conference conducts its 30th Men's Championship at Enterprise Center in downtown St. Louis. Be sure to download the Arch Madness app presented by Great Southern Bank or visit archmadness.com for details about this year's events. Kevin Lehman, Scott Warman. Second half, our Valley Game of the Week from Carbondale, and Southern impressive right now as they have pretty much led throughout this one and led big as Southern shooting 55% from the field. In fact, they have 14 assists on their 18 field goals, and right now Bradley, remember Kevin mentioned a couple times how they are averaging over 80 points a game in their last 4 games. They have been held scoreless over 3 minutes out of that timeout. And that broke that string.
Throw it up to the big man anywhere around the rim. Kyle Thomas making the most of his minutes. Thomas, a transfer from Eastern Illinois. You may remember his father, Darryl Thomas. His father is the guy who made the pass to Keith Smart for the Hoosiers,
right?
In that championship run. Was that 1987? It was the first Final Four that I attended.
Dean with the kick out. Leons hits the 3 from the corner.
Penetration, you get your feet in the paint. Throw it out those three-point shooters. Got it down to 16. Now you need stops. Lots of time left for the Braves, but they've got to do it at the defensive end.
All right, we'll see if Bradley can do it here.
Leon's back on it. Johnson.
Johnson on the double team. Ooh, quick hands by Davis. Davis. And the miss. Amico gets the rebound.
Great play defensively. Recovery by Xavier Johnson to alter that shot. Big time defensive play.
And Hickman is going to get called for the foul on the drive from Davis, the freshman from St. Louis.
SIU continuing to attack that middle. Get yourself to the logo, plant your feet, score it, or end up at the free throw line. This is what experienced teams do, Scott. When the other team's making a run, get yourself to the free throw line, slow down their momentum, draw fouls. Do not quick shoot it at the offensive end if your opponent is making a run. Good looking freshman here.
He is.
Out of Vashon High School. They produced a player or two.
Oh, for sure.
All the way back to, remember the Nash twins?
Oh, yeah.
Floyd Irons. Back in the day, juggernaut at Vashon.
They were. Multiple state championships in the state of Missouri. And after his son played for him at Vashon, he wound up becoming a coach in the St. Louis area as well. Arias backing in on D'Amico. Ooh, boy, that's a difficult shot off the window. Man, oh man, that's a tough angle.
Emerging big man, great footwork by Darius Hannah. I told him I'm going to highlight you today in this open of this game. Bring your A game. Hannah's been good.
I was talking to Coach Wardle on Saturday before their game against UIC, and it's like, yeah, he's been with us for 4 years. I said, wait a minute, somebody's been with the team for 4 years? He goes, yeah, that's kind of unusual now, right? Tipped by Southern, it'll be Bradley basketball.
Dean trying to use that pick and roll with Hannah again.
Ebube comes in for Coach Mullins.
Hannah with 11, 5 of 7 from the field. He came in this game at 64% from the field. Highly efficient. And we talked about in the open, this is what Wardle likes, length in that front line, and they developed them through the years into offensive players.
Birch against Brown, and he'll go for 3.
Oh, big one, big basket by the Braves.
Boy, this young man has a bright future. Woo.
Out of Milwaukee, a hot recruiting area for Brian Wardle from his days playing at Marquette.
Coaching up at Green Bay, very familiar with that Wisconsin territory. You can also see the young man fits kind of the prototype of a Brian Wardle player. He's also got that length with his arms too.
Length, vertical of 40 plus. He is explosive. Got it down to 13, Scotty. Johnson's got to make a play for the Salukis. Stop the bleeding.
Oh, nice crossover by Johnson. The kick out and stolen by Davis. Outlet to the freshman. Free throw line. The lead is Kevin Mitchell right now down to 13.
The tide is turning. We saw early in this game, Southern Illinois was the aggressor, making steals, playing downhill. Now it is Bradley here in the second half. Turnovers, going downhill, the speed of Birch.
That's now 8 turnovers for Southern Illinois. They only had 4 in the first half. So here in the opening 8 minutes, they've tied their turnover production in the opening 20.
It's been a result of a much more active Bradley defense. Oh, again, see again, after the made free throw, Bradley likes that token pressure. They put Leons on the front end. And Leons has really kept Xavier Johnson. It's been Leons and Hickman on Johnson here in the second half.
Well, this crowd has definitely become quiet here at Ben Terracin. They've had a lot to cheer about, except for the last almost 3 minutes, as Bradley's 12 of 12, perfect from the free throw line, but 3 minutes since Southern has scored.
Yeah, Johnson now is out.
And they're going to get a foul called on Davis. That's his first personal.
Well, I'm looking at Xavier Johnson now. He's at the end of the bench, and the trainer is working on his left, like his left calf, his left thigh.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that.
I think they're trying to get some blood off the sleeve that he wears on his left leg. Remember how many times he's been on the floor, Xavier Johnson.
Ferguson on the drive.
Oh, he's strong.
How many times have we already said that tonight with him?
Yeah, Johnson back there on the bench. Ready to go, coach. Put me in. Now look at his left knee right there. He's got a lot of blood in a floor burn that may have broken open.
Ferguson is a 73% free throw shooter this season.
This is his 10th game. He had a foot injury that kept him out. Great start for Southern in this game, and he's at that upper body strength, great length, can turn the corner and get to the rim.
12-point lead for Southern, under 12 remaining in the second half. Bradley chipping away, Hickman on the drive, and it's down to a 10-point lead.
Good reversal by Bradley, and it leaves him on that left side, kind of a naked defense where he can go baseline. They lift the defense up off the baseline, and Hickman gets right to the rim.
Brown spots up for 3. Rebound taken by Birch. Bradley's made their last 8 field goals. They can trim it down to a single-digit deficit on this possession. Hickman leans in with the left hand, and the lead is down to 8 at 55-47, and a timeout. Here come the Braves. Down.
Live sports.
Try fast and always free drive up at Target.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Remember in school when you learn complicated math stuff like sine and cosine, and you think, will I ever use this in real life? Well, the answer is no. But a kettlebell squat, well, that's the opposite of whatever cosine is.
The 2024 Pro Bowl games. This year's stars show off their best moves in the Skill Show. Plus, the AFC and NFC meet again in flag football. Touchdown. Skill Show February 1st on ESPN. Flag football and more skills February 4th on ESPN and ABC.
The 2024 NHL All-Star Weekend is right here in Toronto, home of the CN Tower. standing taller than these guys in net.
Unbelievable. Spectacular save.
With cuisine tastier than moves like these.
It's not real.
If you show your best this weekend, you might end up here.
That's hockey, baby.
So welcome to Toronto.
The 2024 NHL All-Star Weekend, February 2nd and 3rd on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+. NHL All-Star Weekend on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+.
Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Down to single digits, 55-47 on Mike Reese Appreciation Night here at Banterra Center in Carbondale. Speaking of which, the longtime voice of the Salukis joins us right now, of course, being honored at halftime. In fact, if you look over my left shoulder, I feel like I'm at McAndrews Stadium for an old football game right now. Gene Green,
that's
There's
exactly
Mike,
right.
The voice.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
The rust is missing from this, Scott. That would be in McAndrews Stadium. Thank you. This is a tremendous night, and I really appreciate you guys having me here.
Well, you are definitely not only the voice of the Salukis, I've mentioned this several times before, you are such a huge part of what the Missouri Valley Conference is, and we know all the games, and we'll get to that here as you join us on as we're under the under-12 timeout. But I don't think a lot of people out there understand the impact Mike has had, folks, on so many announcers. This one included, working Southern games for many years, but the amount of guys that are playing and I should say announcing games on the Division I or just the college athletic table because of Mike Reese. Mike Kelly, of course, a good friend from Mizzou. Sean Kelly over at University of Florida. Connor Onion is doing a fantastic job with the Big Ten Network and FS1 as well.
Yeah, and Russ Eisenstein does Ohio U, and he worked for us. And Andy Burcham is an Indiana State graduate. He is the Auburn radio play-by-play guy, and he worked with us as a full-timer for a couple of years. And it is it's the thing, fellas, I'm most proud of. There's 4 doing Division I. There's guys like Connor doing TV. But we have 75 people who've worked for us in some capacity over the years who are in the business somehow, not all in performance, but in sales or in management. They've done some great things. That's the thing I'm most proud of.
Big shot there made by D'Amico as Southern going a little cold here in the second half. Inside, and a foul is called. All right, Kevin, so we're going to take a break. We'll have more with Mike Reese.
They have commercials on television?
Yes, we do. Can you imagine that?
Oh, my God.
We'll talk about some of that when we come back with Mike Reese. Southern up by 11.
Chris came to TurboTax because
I switched gears from delivering part-time to streaming full-time. That's how you corner checks.
Chris makes the moves and I make them count by guiding them through their taxes, filing with 100% accuracy and delivering their maximum refund, guaranteed.
I hear maximum and I'm in.
Make your moves, we'll make them count. Intuit TurboTax, 100% accuracy, guaranteed.
The Home Depot, committed to filling the trades gap.
Wow, so I'm eligible for 5G home internet for just $20 with no exploding bills? What's the catch?
No catch. At Metro, there's nada yada yada.
Wow, 5G home internet from Metro for $20?
Yes, with no exploding bills. There's nada yada yada. We got 5G home internet.
No way, so I can game all day?
Yeah.
Nice try.
Lock in 5G home internet from Metro for as low as $20 a month. Nada yada yada meets home internet without the gotcha. Only at Metro.
Sure, McDonald's breakfast is good. But getting that McDonald's breakfast 2 minutes before it stops being served, that tastes even better.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Reese Appreciation Night here at the Banterra Center as he joins us right now 40-plus years as the voice of Salukis of Southern Illinois. There was a time, folks, almost 15 years ago, when you get into November, you have football and basketball at the same time. So Mike was doing a football game, I forget where Southern was at, and he asked me to work with Greg Sterick in Las Vegas.
Right.
And so we went out to Las Vegas, had a great time with Greg. Problem is the fact that when we went to shoot around, the phone system was down on the campus at UNLV. Remember this? So I've done this a time or two.
Yeah.
I know how to handle it. I'm like, Greg, we just got to keep the phone charged. We might have to do this by the phone. Greg's freaking out. He's calling Mike during the football game. I don't know what's going to happen, Mike. We might not do the broadcast. We made it all right, didn't we, Mike?
Oh, you did. Kevin, I didn't have to ask him twice when he found out it was Vegas. Hey, can you fill in for me on a Southern game?
And we had Spoon on the show, too, right?
Oh, yeah. That's right. And Spoon coaching them then.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Exactly right.
And it did. Apparently, that's why it's because the phones don't work.
I got to ask you this, though, Mike. Is there a favorite call or favorite moment from all those years?
Basketball is the biggest thing that I've done, Kevin. I have to say, there have been a lot of big moments. A College World Series for Southern, a 1AA football FCS National Championship, a three-peat for the Salukis in the Valley in the mid-'90s. But nothing has been on the national stage like the 2002 and 2007 Sweet 16 team and Sweet 16 appearances. And so I would always side with the 2002 because it was the first one. That was Weber coaching and Kent Williams and Jermaine Dearman and Tony Young and in Chicago. And so Southern had half the crowd and U of I had the other half crowd because they played Creighton in the prelim game to go to the Sweet 16. And so that's the one I picked. That's the biggest stage that Southern's been on that I was involved in.
But some big stages, of course, on the football gridiron as well. In fact, I was just talking to Nick before the last game of the regular season and watching some of the playoffs and seeing Joe Flacco, still quarterback in the NFL, played here in that matchup against Delaware and SIU.
Right. And Southern, every time Southern hit him, Southern fell off of him. And it was that they just couldn't sack Flacco. And that was a great quarterback matchup. And I think also the beating Indiana, the First Valley team, to win a game against a Big Ten team. I think that's the one I have to pick. The 1983 National Championship team gets mad at me every time I do that. I pick that one. What do we have to do more than a national championship? I said, well, that was a much smaller proposition than beating Indiana and doing that. And Hill's been around for about 25% of my career. And so he's a big and special part of that as well, as is Brian over there, Mullins, one of the great players and one of the great people that SIU's had here.
And I talked to Brian about you today at the shoot-around. He said you stayed in touch when he went overseas to play. Loyola, you were always reaching out.
Yeah.
And he really appreciated that. Talked about what the family and community environment there here is.
And Kevin, you can do those things, and one of the things about you can do those things and not be sloppy Homer about it. You can be credible and talk to them and just stay in touch. It's just being friends is all it is. It's what people in banking do when one leaves the company and the other stays. You just stay in touch. That's what I did, and I realized that's one of the responsibilities, especially when you do it 40-plus years. For many of them, I was the only one that they still knew was at SIU, and so it helped with a connection. And so that's part of the job, too.
Dean spots up for three. Lead back down to single digits at 63-54. In communication, you built up so many friendships with so many other people, not only us, but guy across the way here, longtime voice Dave Snell of Bradley, Art Haynes of Springfield. It's all kind of a announcing fraternity that has been built up over the years. Thanks to you.
Snell is my best friend in the business. I look over there at him sitting over there next to the Bradley bench, which he's done now for 45 years. And he looks like me sitting between you two guys, small. He just looks tiny over there. I had lunch with him today. He looked taller in person, but across the way, man. No, he's one of the great people. I think he's the best in the league. I've said this before. I think he's the best in the league because he can call the play, and also he has the entertainment factor. He can do emceeing with the best of them. And that's just another part of this job. He does it very well. So I think with the total package, that's why I think Snell is the best.
Michael, congratulations.
My pleasure.
And thank you for everything, man. I know we'll still be seeing you around.
Thanks so much for being on with us.
I'll be around. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll take a break as 6:59 remaining in this one. Southern with the lead.
Oh, brother. Which brother? The older brother, duh. You're only older by a minute. Give me the best minute of my life.
Guys, break it up, break it up.
Our son just needs car insurance.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage.
Give me the ball. Mine. Guys, that was my ball. Break it up. Break it up.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you're in Carbondale, Illinois for the big game, vacationing, or on business, stay at the preferred hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference, the Holiday Inn Conference Center. The Holiday Inn Conference Center features relaxing guest rooms and indoor pool, workout facilities, and free high-speed wireless. The Holiday Inn Conference Center, and coming in 2024, a Holiday Inn Express, the preferred hotel of the MVC.
This season, take in a Cardinals game like a VIP. All-inclusive tickets are on sale now and feature a full buffet, complimentary bar, plus a great view of the game with lots of great areas to choose from like the UMB Champions Club, Proficient Red Jacket Club, Premium Legends Club, and more. There's something for every budget. And new for 2024, check out the Budweiser 703 Club. All-inclusive tickets start at just $55 and are on sale now. Get yours today at cardinals.com/all-inclusive.
Let's get to tonight's State Farm MVC Scholar Athlete of the Game, Southern Illinois' Maddie Eberly, the senior pitcher from Gibson City, Illinois. Posted a 19-10 record with a 3.52 ERA and 2 saves in 2023. A 2023 MVC Scholar Athlete selection. Eberly has a 3.81 cum GPA in exercise science, was the 2023 MVC Tourney MVP, compiling a 4-0 record with a 1.22 ERA in 23 innings. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So Bradley has converted in 7 of their last 8 field goals. They're chipping away here with 7 minutes remaining, still down double figures, 65-54.
They've come out in the second half, have been red hot, the Braves. 10 of 15. Got to the free throw line, 8 of 8 from the free throw line here in the second half, and there is Duke Dean up there again, trying to get this back to single digits. Southern has had an answer every time they've got it down to single digits. Birch over the back. Trying to get that missed free throw attempt.
Both teams with an even 28 points in the paint. But Bradley, a +6 in that department in the second half. Salukis had a much larger lead in the opening half of play.
And Johnson with a quiet 16 for Southern Illinois.
Ferguson cut off. He's really been working that dribble drive tonight. Now on the baseline. Had to readjust his shot. Still a loose ball. And what's the call here?
There's those 50-50 balls, Scott, you talked about in the first half. White jerseys on the floor, a couple red jerseys down there.
And I think we're gonna have our officiating crew go over and take a look at the replay here. Never really saw an official call on that play, whether it was a foul or a jump ball call.
Yeah, I don't know if Rupert tried to get a timeout. But they're at a review right now.
Here it is again. There's the loose ball. Rupert definitely had it, the possession.
Birch was on the bottom of that and squirted it out. Then Rupert was able to grab it.
I couldn't see exactly if there was a timeout, an attempted timeout call. We're going to get a official call here from our officiating crew.
Well, Sky, they were looking for a shot clock violation, but the ball did hit the rim, so it was a reset. Oh, it's going to be Southern's ball underneath their basket.
So I guess they're going to say
shot. Yeah, it was not a violation.
So
that's what they were
checking on the shot clock here.
You're right. They're checking to see if the ball hit the rim for the reset, and then Southern got the possession on the tie-up. Yeah, they just flipped the possession arrow to Bradley's side after that inbounds.
Last touch by Bradley as Southern retains possession. 6:21 remaining. Salukis with the 65-54 lead. Both teams with identical records, both overall and in league play.
Trying to stay within striking distance of the leaders in the league, which is the Drake Bulldogs. In Indiana State, who had the win yesterday.
Ferguson, a wide open look, in and out. Got robbed there.
Drake with a strong lead over Illinois State tonight's game. Hannah's been effective inside. He's got a mismatch on the block on Brown.
Fourth personal foul on Trent Brown.
A good recognition. Mismatch inside. Hannah with his length. 6'9". He had Brown matched up on him.
Hannah misses the free throw attempt.
Uncharted. That is the uncharted turnover. Hannah, a less than 50% shooter from the line. Ends up being a good foul for the Southern Illinois Salukis. Johnson with the step back.
Slides out. Good box out by Atlason. Leon's running the floor. Dean for three. Leons gets the rebound. Crowd wanted a foul.
There's the length we talk about with Bradley. They wear you out on the offensive glass.
Atlason trying to throw it up. Thought he had a foul. Leons for three. And the lead is down to 8, and a timeout is called at the 5:05 mark. Folks, the Arch Madness app, presented by Great Southern Bank, is the official app of the 2024 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament. The app has all the information you need to plan your trip to St. Louis, including the tournament schedule, tickets, hotel accommodations, and special events during Arch Madness. Log on to archmadness.com or download the Arch Madness app on your Android of iOS device right now.
What a tournament we're going to have in March. Great balance in this league. And that last possession, offense by accident for the Braves, but it gets them within 8. A lot of time left for Bradley. They look like they were dead and buried at halftime. Getting dirt kicked on them, have come back in the second half with energy, efficiency on the offensive end, and quick hands at the defensive end. A recipe for the comeback.
Braves have made 8 of the last 10 field goals, and Southern has yet to score in the last 2-15. So it's kind of the defense creating this turn of events for Bradley in this second half, chipping away down by 8.
Johnson usually can get on a run here. He has been quiet. Hickman has been locked on to the X.
Baby. No, Ferguson gets the rebound.
Great rebound by Ferguson. Good read inside. Able to get the missed shot. Another opportunity for SIU. This is huge.
And to get it to Bube, and he got position. And he's going to go to the free throw line as the freshman Atlason is whistled for the foul.
Again, not a bad foul because of Scotty Bube's struggles at the free throw line.
You know, it seems as if Southern is playing a lot more conservatively with the huge lead, and it's kind of also messed up their rhythm from an offensive standpoint.
I think he owes some of that to Bradley, though. They've been much more aggressive defensively and locked in and connected in the second half. The adjustments they made at halftime by Brian Wardland's staff have paid off.
Hickman on the drive on the left hand.
And Hickman struggled in the first half, has come alive here in the second.
And Saluki fans trying to get their team charged up. Lead down to a half dozen as we cross the 4-minute mark remaining in this one from Banterra Center.
The Hickman had 3 at halftime, and here comes.
Oh, that one is blocked on Johnson.
Again, the link of Bradley.
Oh, and it's down to 3 with the 3 from Duke Dean.
Oh, the guts of a cat burglar. Dean in transition. The pull-up triple. And it started with great defense by Bradley on the block shot.
Down by as many as 23 to start this second half, and the lead is now at 3 for the Dogs.
Xavier wants it back. He's got the mismatch he wants with Atlason, the freshman, on him.
Johnson blocked again by Hanna. Dean pushing it.
Hanna with the rim run.
And they'll set up their half-court set.
Good push, good pull out.
Hickman trying to get the bailout, and it's the turnover. That's number 8 on the Braves. Just the third one in the second half as Hickman's slow to get up. 2:51 remaining in this one. Things have gotten interesting here at the Banterra Center as the Dogs' lead is down to 3. Wow.
I rode the market to the moon. And back. Then I met with my TurboTax expert.
I'll make all your investments count. The gains and losses, all filed with 100% accuracy. Intuit TurboTax.
The Home Depot, committed to filling the trades gap.
Our generation isn't turning away from the world's problems. Watch us fly ahead, rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Businesses go further with 5G solutions. That's why they choose T-Mobile for Business. PGA of America and T-Mobile are partnering on 5G-powered analytics to help improve player performance. T-Mobile's network helps AAA stay connected nationwide to get their members back on the road. And Las Vegas Grand Prix chose T-Mobile to help fuel operations for one of the world's largest racing events. Now is the time to see what America's largest 5G network can do for your business.
Soda's back. Like, actually back. The twist? It's good for you this time. You deserve that mouth-watering swirl of bold flavor and refreshing bubbles without feeling bad about it. 'Cause cravings aren't a crime, people. So no more hiding cans at the bottom of your recycling bin or sipping sparkling water with your burger and fries. It's time to love soda again. Like, right now. 'Cause we're officially bringing soda back.
Bradley Braves here in Carbondale were just flat as a board in the first half, but have turned it on here in the second half, down by as many as 23. And Kevin Lehman, we got a game, a one-possession game with 2:51 left.
They've held Southern to 20 second half points. Their defense has been outstanding by the Bradley Braves. 5 block shots for the game for that length we talk about Bradley, but 4 of those have come in the second half. Darius Hannah has gotten 3 rejections for Bradley, and those blocks have started their transition game. Duke Dean with that big 3 in transition to eat into this lead.
Anxious moments here at the Banterra Center. Huge crowd on hand. Mike Reese Appreciation Night, and this place was going wild in the first half, but boy, Bradley has quieted things down here in Carbondale. Southern is scoreless in their last 4.5, where they're 0 for 6 from the field.
Hickman has been excellent on Xavier Johnson.
Got to get the switch off. Oh, Johnson lost it. Here comes Leons. Hickman for the tie. First tie of the game at the 2:25 mark. 65-65.
Off a turnover, numbers, great ball movement. Hickman rings the bell from the corner.
What a comeback for the Braves here on the road. Good move inside. Ferguson gets the easy 2. That breaks a 5-minute drought for the Salukis.
Good play, rubbed him off the high post, and the patience to finish inside by Ferguson.
Boy, Duke Dean, a quick cut to the glass and kisses it off the glass and in.
The delivery by Hannah. Bounce past the Dean, slicing through the defense.
You were telling me last Saturday, Drake had a lot of success against Southern on that exact play.
Lift the defense off the baseline, play through the center man. Backdoor cuts. Hannah with 4 assists.
Oh, and a turnover.
Be careful, big man. Oh, Hickman thought long and hard about throwing that one up.
1 minute left. Hickman, left hand, gets the bucket and the foul. And for the first time since the 1911 mark of the first half, Bradley has a lead.
Weight room move by Hickman. He's got Rupert isoed on that right wing again. No help. He scores on the big man, Hickman.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, you talk about gut check time for these Braves. This has been impressive.
They were dead in the water in the first half. Yep. No energy. Came out sluggish. Brian Roll needs a can that halftime speech that he gave his team. They have been fantastic here in the second half, and it's been their defense and quick hands, connected, and great communication.
Johnson, and we're going to get the foul. Slipped down, but he was bumped. Right now it's a 16-2 run for the Braves to get this 3-point lead, their largest of the night. And again, as we mentioned, their first lead since the first minute of tonight's game.
Johnson, a 90-plus free throw shooter. You're going to assume that Bradley's going to get this ball back down 1. Excuse me, up 1. 11-second differential on the shot clock and the game clock.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Both teams in the bonus situation. 9 team fouls on Southern and 8 for Bradley, and the possession arrow favoring the Braves.
A pressure by Southern, but you don't want to foul.
on their feet here at Banterra Center. Timeout is called by Brian Wardle. Now, what do you do if you're the Braves? Obviously, you want to kill as much clock as possible with the 24 seconds remaining on the possession clock. Do you do the dribble drive, or you show some guts here and try to go outside?
I see them going side to side, and then they try to drive it to the middle. Hickman likes to use that right hand going to the right side. Remember we were sitting here a year ago when Rick Mass hit that big three?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah. The opposite, though. The Braves were down 2, and they went for the 3-ball.
Yep.
To win it.
107th meeting between these two longtime rivals in the Missouri Valley Conference. Bradley's won 56 of the 106 previous games. 6-game winning streak riding on the line for Bradley. Meanwhile, Southern Illinois has won 6 of the last 7. Tough defeat against the very good Drake team here last Saturday. Started out just as hot as can be, but man, oh man, just tip the cap to Bradley. Just even doing this on the road, much less at home, is difficult to do, but down by 23, opening stages of the second half, and they have the 1-point lead here in the final 34.
Well, the Bradley team came in with great confidence. They'd won 6 in a row. You had them against UIC where they were playing lights out. I had their game at Valpo. They were hitting it all cylinders offensively. A tough first half, but certainly came out in the second half and flipped this game. But now this big possession, Southern's going to stay attached defensively. Hickman is their guy in these situations.
And Brown has 4 fouls, marking up Hickman. Hickman on the drive, no good. Rebound, here comes Southern. Johnson to Rupert, wisely pulls it out for the last shot. Again, 2 timeouts remaining for Southern, and Mullins will call one of them with 11.2 remaining.
Well, Bradley put it in the hands of their go-to guy, Hickman. Cleared out the side, couldn't convert, and now Brian Mullins is going to put it in the hands of number 10, Xavier Johnson.
Well, not only gave it to Hickman, but obviously Hickman has a huge opportunity when he got the guy guarding him with 4 fouls. Brown, I guess you're kind of in a catch-22 situation there. Do you want to pick up your 5th foul to try to stop it or what? Anyway, it worked into Southern's favor, but heads-up play there by Connor Hickman.
Well, and Brown considered one of their best on-ball defenders.
One-point lead, it's 70-69. Now, it's not a question of who, it's how you set up Xavier, correct?
And if you're Bradley, do you switch that ball screen that comes out there? That's what Xavier Johnson's looking for. He's going to try to get a mismatch. Hickman's going to be on him. I anticipate some sort of ball screen by Rupert. Let's see if Bradley goes with a small, flexible lineup, so Leon's may be the 5-man so he can make the switch if needed. That's what they're doing. Now they leave Hannah in there.
Hey, leave Hannah in there. He's got 3 fouls. But Davis comes in for Atlas, and a little more length there and experience with Christian coming in. There you see the Southern crowd here on Mike Reese Appreciation Night at the Banterra Center. 11.2 remaining. 70-69.
Leon's on Johnson. Length on the X.
Defensive Player of the Year against the top player in the league this year, Xavier Johnson. Here we go.
They would clear out the side for him.
Johnson steps back. Short. Loose ball. Still a fight for it, and that'll do it. Bradley has come back down 23, and they win it on the road by a final of 70-69, and they have now won 7 straight. What a comeback for Brian Wardle's Braves. Wow.
Second half, gutsy performance. And Southern got the look they wanted at the end. Xavier with the clear out on the side, the step back, came up short. Bradley Braves, not only offensively, but defensively in the second half, they were outstanding.
All right, Kevin, let's get to our players of the game. A presentation of State Farm, proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Have questions about your insurance? State Farm is there for your what-ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com to get a quote right now.
Now, Duke Dean hit the big three in transition, 15. That got the momentum going to Bradley. And Xavier Johnson with 18 to lead Southern in that losing cause. But I thought Dean's three, gutsy performance by Duke Dean.
What a comeback for the Braves as they go to 6-2 in Valley play and 13 victories now on the season with the comeback win. Reminder, our next telecast of our MVC Men's Basketball Game of the Week coming up this Saturday will be in Springfield as Missouri State takes on Illinois State. For Kevin Lehman, Dennis Galloway, and our entire SIU production crew, I'm Scott Warman saying so long from Carbondale. Bradley comes back and wins it 70-69, and so long from Southern Illinois.